Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Jade. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. We are going to go through a Feel Good Pilates Flow today. That was what you requested on Instagram. So here I am recording this for you today. Just before we get started, please remember I have a monthly online subscription. You can get a 7-day trial absolutely free. And as part of that online subscription, I take 5 live classes a week, and there are over 200 exclusive videos on there. I do a monthly plan to follow each month, and there's also a vegan recipe section and a movement with bump and baby section, etc. It's www.pilatesandyogawithjade.com. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin today with a wide leg standing stance, okay? So we're going to take our feet slightly wide. Make sure your toes are turned out. So my toes are facing the corners of the mat and the knees are following the same direction as the toes. Just going to rest the hands onto the hips for now. Take a couple of shoulder rolls here. So what I'd like you to do as we start is to focus on the length of the spine. So make sure we're not curving through the back. We're not carrying any tension through the head, the shoulders, the neck. And we are starting to activate the abdominals already. So drawing the belly button to the spine. Let those shoulders settle here, taking the right arm up towards the ceiling, lengthening the left hand down the left leg. Take a little side bend here. Keep the chest open. Try not to pop the hips out to the side, and you're opening up through the rib cage. Let's slide back up, changing sides. Take the left arm up to the ceiling, sliding the right hand down the right leg, opening up through the chest, through the rib cage, through the side body here today. And then we'll slowly bring it down, hands coming back onto the hips. Let's come into a wide leg standing squat when you are ready. Doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to even be big. It just has to be slow and controlled as we start to fire up the lower body. Please make sure the knees are tracking in line with the toes. The shoulders stay stacked over the hips, spine is long, and you're not sticking your bottom out to the back. Let's come down into this wide leg squat and pause. So staying here, gonna lift one heel up, place it down, lift the other heel up and down. Try not to pop that heel up completely. Don't want to overarch the foot. Stay low into those legs. So we're starting to feel a little fire through the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the quads, and the upper body is staying lovely and relaxed, smiling on top. Let's go for 4. Stay with me. Breathe for 3. Last 2 here for 2. And one more time for 1. Let's pop those heels down, straighten those legs, toe heel those feet in towards each other. So I'm just walking the feet in so they're hip distance apart. Reaching both hands up towards the ceiling now. Reach up and out of those hips, lengthen the spine. Try not to creep the shoulders up, just let them naturally rise here. And then you take the arms forwards, the chin goes to the chest. You're going to roll yourself down. I'm going to turn side on. So you're rolling yourself down here. Knees are bent as generously as you need to. The weight is in the toes, not the heels. Lift that tailbone up, open up, make space through the back of the legs, and let the body simply dangle. Shake out the head, the shoulders. Take a big breath in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Like a big sigh. Don't be afraid to breathe out. Really let it go here. And then once you feel ready, let's walk those hands to the top of our mat, finding a high plank when you are ready. So hands underneath shoulders, lengthening through the spine. Soften those elbows. Modification is to be down on the knees if you prefer. Pausing here for 4, for 3, for 2, everyone meets on the knees on 1, uncurling the toes and finding a child's pose when you're ready. Inviting the bottom towards the heels, bringing the forehead down towards the ground. Creep those arms forwards and take a slow breath into the back body here. So breathing in between the shoulder blades, all across the lower back, and any tension, any stress you're clinging onto in the body, please let it go. Once you're ready to move again, let's lift the bottom, find our way over onto all fours. So take a moment to arrive here. Make sure the hands are grounded down under the shoulders. Length through the spine, no creases in the back of the neck, and don't forget to engage the abdominals here. We're going to extend the left leg away when you're ready. So the left toes are still on the ground. And then extend the right arm so the right hand is on the ground. From here, we're going to lift opposite arm and opposite leg into pointer. And then tap the hand and the foot back down to the ground. Let's do that again. So we lift opposite arm, opposite leg. And inhale as we tap down. Try to make sure the hips and the shoulders are staying square to the mat. We're not twisting through the body and we're not overlifting to have too big a range of movement through the back. Let's do this one more time. Now I'm going to bring the right hand onto the floor, leave the left leg where it is. We now bring the left knee into the chest as we curve the spine. Take a cat stretch with the back, lifting that knee up towards the chest. And then extend the left leg away. Don't overarch, find length through the spine. Twice more. That left knee comes into the body. Draw the belly to the spine. Ground down through the hands. And then extend, lengthen that leg away. One more time here. So that knee comes in towards the chest. Spread those fingertips wide into the mat. And then extend that leg away. We're going to bend the left knee. Hover it off the ground. So my left knee's not touching the floor. And then bring the right hand, place it just behind the head with the elbow pointing to the ground. I'm going to open the right elbow to the side as I lift the left knee open too, and then bring everything to point back down to the ground. So I'm opening up, elbow comes back, knee lifts up too, and then closing everything down towards the ground, working into our obliques, our core, opening up through the chest and firing up into the hip. Last one here. Slowly come down, pop the knee down and the hand. Sit back onto your heels, bring your hands onto your thighs. Roll the shoulders down the back, make sure the shoulders are relaxed over the hips. And then we'll take a little cat and cow here, kneeling. So curve through the back, chin to the chest, look down at the belly. And then press the chest forwards, arching through the back, opening through the front body. One more time here, rounding through the spine, tucking the tailbone under. And then pressing the chest through, opening up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Pause in center, find that neutral spine. And when you're ready to join me, we reset for the other side. So we're going to bring both hands underneath shoulders. Taking a moment to settle here, finding that neutral spine. And then when you're ready, we extend the right leg now and reach the left arm forwards. Exhaling as we lift opposite arm, opposite leg, and inhaling as we tap down. So again, remember we're keeping the hips and the chest square to the floor, softening through that right elbow and finding that length through the spine as you lift and lower. One more time, sweep and lift. The left hand comes down, the right leg stays as it is. We bring the right knee to the chest as we curve the back, press away from the mat, and then extend that leg away, lengthen the spine. So the knees coming into the chest, your cat, you're rounding through the back, and then we're lengthening and extending, making space. One more time here, drawing the belly to the spine, rounding through, and then extending back. Bringing that right knee to a hover, so just off the mat. The left hand now comes behind the head, elbow points down. We open up right knee, left elbow, and then we bring everything back towards the mat. And again, so opening up, work the obliques, the hips, keep the body square to the floor here. One more time, peel it all the way open, and then gently pop the knee down and the hand. Lovely. When you're ready, let's make our way onto our sides. We're going to come onto the left side first here. Both hands behind the head when you're ready. If you look down, you should be able to see your toes. We slide the right knee up, extend the right leg, and then lower back down towards the ground. So the right knee slides up, open through that hip, extend the leg, and gently lower down. One more time here. Try not to roll back. Keep the hips stacked one on top of the other. Sliding that right leg up, taking your right hand, finding the ankle, and popping the ball of that foot onto the floor, pressing the right knee away. We start to lift and lower the left leg here, lengthening through as you lower lift and lower. Can't get my words out, sorry. Working through the inner thigh and keep pressing that body weight forward so the hips, the chest remain open. Twice more. Exhale, lengthen and lift. On your second one, lift and hold. So find that hold there. Release the right hand back behind the head. Extend the right leg to meet the left. Press those hips forwards and pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend the knees. Carefully roll onto your back. Have a little rejig if you need to. Feet flat on the floor, knees parallel, elbows are wide. Basic crunch. We exhale as we lift. Inhale as we lower. So a little abdominal series. Exhale. You should be able to see the elbows out the corners of your eyes. Try not to pull on the head. Scoop and hollow the belly, breathing out as you come up to get the best results. Try 3 little pulses if you can. So I come up and go 3, 2, 1, control as we lower. So we come up for 3, for 2, and for 1. Now they're not massive movements at the top, but they are effective. So tiny little pulses there, making sure there's space between the chin and the chest. Last one for 3, for 2, for 1. As you place the head down, reach those arms overhead. Backs of the hands are on the floor. A lovely stretch here through the upper body. Can you find a bridge roll? So I press my back into the mat, lift the bottom, ground down through the feet as we take our hips up to the ceiling. Keep those knees parallel. And then as you roll down, trying to roll vertebrae by vertebrae. So giving that spine a lovely little massage as you carefully make your way back down onto the mat. Let's try that one more time. However, if you need to modify, please feel free to bring your arms back down by your sides to make it possibly a bit more comfortable for yourself. Take your time as you roll down. Draw that belly in, finding some mobility through the back. And then once the bottom comes to the floor, hands go behind the head. We straighten the legs. And now we're going to roll over onto your right hand side. So you're set up, ready to go again. I'm going to turn around because I don't like to look at the wall. So you're on your right sides. We start to work with the left leg. So we extend up and lower down. So both elbows are wide. To make this a little bit more comfortable, you could bend your underneath leg, or you could place your top hand on the floor if you feel a bit wobbly or a little bit unstable here. Keep pressing those hips forwards, drawing that belly in. And then we'll slowly going to bend that left knee all the way in towards you. Take hold with the left hand, pop that ball of the foot on the floor, press the knee away, and start to lift and lower the right leg. Exhaling as you lift, inhaling as you lower. Really thinking about lengthen. So don't just lift it up and down. Think about trying to extend your foot to that wall away from you. Lift and hold with that right leg. Release the left hand. The left leg now extends as well. Find your balance. Open up through the chest. Press the hips forwards for 4, for 3, for 2. Bend those knees. Carefully come onto your back once again for 1. When you get there, head down. We're going to take the right knee and hug it in towards the chest. Pressing your back into the ground, drawing the belly towards the spine. And now from here, if you can, we're going to bring the chin to the chest, draw the belly towards the spine, and find an ab hold, getting those shoulder blades off the ground. We then extend the left leg away to a hover. So my left leg is hovering just off the mat. Keep the chest lifted. We're going to switch and hold. Switch and hold. So drawing one knee into the chest, extending the other leg away. Scoop and hollow the belly and keep that eye line looking forwards, not up towards the ceiling. For 6, 5, we've got 4, 3, 2, and then we hug both knees in as we put the head down on 1. Gently turning that head side to side, making sure we're not carrying any tension here through the neck, the shoulders. On this next exercise, if you do have any neck or back injuries, I would assess to see if this is right for you. We're going to do rolling like a ball. So when you're ready, the head settles in center. I hug the knees into the chest. The chin comes towards the chest and we start to roll through the spine. And this is a great Pilates exercise to massage out the back, to get lots of energy running through the spine. Make sure you stay curved through the back so that you don't hit the ground with a thud. We don't want to put any pressure through the spine. If you like to challenge yourself, you can try and keep the toes off the floor at the top. Find a little balance there. If you are finding the balance, make sure you're tucking under as you go back so that you are not hurting the lower or upper back. Ask your kids and your grandkids to do this one. I bet they'll find it super easy and super fun. Let's all meet at a top when you're ready. Hug those knees into the chest. Bring the forehead towards the knees. So whether you are rolling like a ball or not, let's all meet here. Giving yourself a big hug. Opening up through the upper back, through the lower back. Breathe into the back body here. And then peeling yourself open, opening those knees up. Whether you're in a cross-legged position or maybe you're sat on the sofa, any seated position that feels right for you. Lengthen through the spine, bring the shoulders over the hips, roll the shoulders down the back. Make sure we are not carrying tension, unnecessary stress through the top half of the body. Slowly turn the head side to side. Let's just ensure that we're not carrying any stress through the neck either. We want to have a gorgeous, long, lengthened spine here. And then gently allow the head to come back to center. I invite you to close the eyes for a brief moment here today. So as we bring this practice to a close, just checking in with how you are feeling physically now. Maybe you are feeling a little bit less stressed. Maybe you're feeling more aware of your body, your hips, your chest, your back. Or maybe you're just feeling a little bit more positive. So sometimes these short practices are all you need, a little bit of you time to do you the world of good. So as we flutter the eyes open, inhale, reach those arms all the way up towards the ceiling, and exhale as you bring the arms down. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you on the mat again really soon.